It was always a job, and the comedians are successful, the ones that worked at it. There are a lot of really funny comedians who would come here and they'd have a Comedy Store act. They'd have 10 minutes on this piece of plastic and 5 minutes on, and then they go somewhere else and the act didn't work. You know, my attitude is always, if you're any good, if you get good someplace, get out of there and go to the next place. You know, just so many acts would have Comedy Store, and they were funny as long as they were at the Comedy Store. This was like a college, you know. I came here to go to school to learn, and I did learn. It was the greatest place in the world.
Without question, Jay was the funniest of all of us. I never saw him bomb.
All the comedians would do our set, and we'd go outside and we'd talk. Somebody say, Jay's on, we'd all run inside. We'd all stand in the back.
I don't know how women talk about sex with other women, but guys are real silly. Like, you know, no guy gets laid once. You know what I'm saying? It's always like, hey, Bob, how'd your date go with Susan last night? Not bad. Went back to my place. Guess we bowled about 52 times. Then you talk to Susan. Well, Bob had a little problem. Guess he'd been working hard at the office. Plus, the more guys around, the more macho the story. That's the big thing, you know? A guy will never really say what happened, even if he had a good time. You know, a guy could have gone to the girl's house, he might have taken a bubble bath, had a few laughs, hugged, went to bed. Happens a lot. But you never hear a guy tell it the way. A guy will always say, yeah, I took her back to my house, hung her by her heels, hit her with a gun butt a few times there, fired a dum-dum bullet in her brother's forehead. Yeah, I had a good time. What else this guy said? Well, you know what else this guy said? And I thought this was fascinating. This guy said that the average male has 10,000 orgasms in his lifetime. Called my doctor Thursday, I have 9 left. Then you start thinking about the ones you wasted.
I could come to the club every night, and I could hang out with other comedians.
You learn things from watching Jay, and you could imitate them a little bit, but because it was so of Jay that it was impossible.
I was a big, hey, everybody cool? Everybody all right? Blah, blah, blah. There was a lot of physicality to it. Like Letterman said to me, how can you be so confident up there? And I would say, how do you write such great jokes? You know, I'm a huge believer in low self-esteem. I think low self-esteem is really what helps you get ahead because you don't automatically think you're the smartest person in the room. You know, I'm dyslexic, I can't spell. I've never written anything down. I just try to keep it all in my head. And that works for me. And if I assume, you know, I'm not as good as these guys, I'm just have to work a little bit harder, that's what works for me.